Hey there YouTube, Mark here from the Lego Room. Really excited to bring you a video of my new Lego Star Wars Hoth MOC. This is another big component of my overall Hoth build, which is going really well. Just before I get into the detail of the MOC though, just wanted to say big massive thank you to all of the subscribers to this channel. We've recently passed over 900 subscribers, which is just amazing. My family and I are staggered that we've got to this amount, so thank you to everyone that's subscribed. Thank you to everyone that watches and comments on our videos. We really, truly appreciate the support. Right, so this is the Hoth Medical Chamber MOC that I've been beavering away at for a while. Before I get into the detail of what we've got, I'll just show you where it's eventually going to go. So it will sit right here. I will build the side of the MOC into this mountain, so I've got to remove this wall and do some work to make sure everything looks good and flows well. And once I've done that, I can then start to work on the stairs and the gangway that will travel over the top of the medical bay and down onto the base floor. Right. Overall, the MOC is 46 studs long and 40 studs wide, and it uses a bunch of parts from 3 of the official medical chamber set 75203. So I am calling it a MOC. You might argue that I should call it a mod because it's based on a real set, but I think I've changed it enough and added quite a lot of new pieces so that I can just about get away with calling it a MOC. But do let me know in the comments if you disagree. What we'll do now is I'll show you each of the 3 parts. So we've got the intensive care unit, we've got the Bacta area, 3 Bacta pods, we've got the sleeping quarters, and we've got the control centre, and we've got some frontage. So I'll take each in turn and show you all of the detail. This is the intensive care area. Finally, I found a good use for these yellow tiles that I've got them from a pick-a-brick wall years ago, thinking I would build them into my city, but never found a good use for them. Finally, I can use them, so really happy about that. So if you end up in the intensive care area here in this Hoth Medical Chamber, you're probably in quite a bit of trouble. You might have perhaps come out worse for wear from a lightsaber fight, or maybe a Wampus tried to rip your head off. You will have the medical droid 21B. He will be needed to perform some kind of serious operation to make sure you're okay. This poor fella, I think a Wampus smashed his head so hard his helmet is stuck to his face, so he's got to have an operation to remove it. I've used the green syringes that came with the official set, which are in this MOC. These are the big medicine. You don't want to be having these injections because, like I say, you know you're in serious trouble if you need those. So throughout this area, I've used let's just focus in there. There we go. So the drawers and the cupboards that come with the official MOC. This is a nice little sink area, some bottles and a glass to help give it some detail. And I'd imagine that if someone's performing an operation, then the red light would be lighting up relevant to the medical bed that you're on. And then over on this side, we've got some windows so people can look in. And again, some lighting and some detail to break up the white. And I thought these were really cool from the official set. So as I got 3, I used 3 along here. I think that works really well and just gives this whole area a nice, sterile and component type view. So you can once the shield door comes down, it's sealed for the operation to take place, and people can watch and see what's going on. So really pleased with that, how that turned out. Oh, and just at the other end, similar to the top end, we've got a sink and some cupboards. I hope this view works out. I've actually got the camera right inside the MOC. So this would be where the chief of the medical chamber would sit and run the operations. He's got his computer so he can keep tabs on all of the patients, and he's got some drawers with a syringe in, and in the bottom drawer is his blaster, because you never know when you might need your blaster in a Hoth base. This screen, which I think's turned out really well, that's actually a back window from a fire truck that I had. Probably going to use that in other parts of my Hoth base now, because I think that looks pretty cool. It's like a nice translucent screen that you could imagine the rebels using to exchange information with each other. And just going to lift that. There we go. So you can see throughout the base I've used tan tiles, and as I say, mixed in with the yellow tiles to offset the actual areas where things happen. So really pleased with how that turned out. And I've also used these big white panels, so I think they look very surgical and sterile. Very interesting to me. Some of these panels I've had for a while and some of them are quite new. The new ones, you can see light through them. The old ones are completely solid, yet they are the same piece. So a bit of a, I don't know, maybe I'm a bit OCD about these sort of things, but clearly Lego used different materials when making these pieces as time went on. We've got 4 of the beds. This little design here does come from the official set. That I think 1 came with each with the set, so I've managed to build 4 into mine. So again, really happy with how that turned out. And then they added in some computers and some features here to give it some detail. So this guy, he's obviously a pilot, and maybe he got injured during a dogfight in a snowspeeder. And here we've got one of the ground rebel troopers, may have taken some blaster damage, who knows. There's I don't think you can see that quite right there, but a post box stroke cupboard for them to keep some things in, perhaps their breathing apparatus. Each set of 2 beds has got one of those. And then we have some syringes all over the place on the wall here, which is the wall into the intensive care unit. Princess Leia having a chat to a rebel trooper, maybe discussing why she kissed her brother, who knows. And then we have 3 Bacta tanks. So I think the Bacta tanks are really good, really impressed with how Lego designed those in the official set. I've only got one person in mind, which is Luke. There he is, facing backwards. And my FX medical droid here, he looks after 3 Bacta tanks because he's right in the middle, and he's got his computer system here to control what he's doing. So I think I'm really happy with how that turned out. It was quite hard to work out what to do with the tubing. So 2 of them, it goes into the wall of the base, and the 3rd one, which didn't quite reach, I built a specific unit for it to go in. And again, really happy with how that turned out. In fact, overall, I've got to say this is one of the most enjoyable MOCs I've ever made, probably partly because a lot of the detailed pieces were already made for me from the official set, and then it was a case of working out what I wanted to add to it to keep the look and feel that I was trying to achieve. Another thing that I find very cool about Lego is that a lot of the pieces I've used are the same pieces I've used for mountings, for example, the white pieces, or my gates. This is the back, the horrible looking back. The front looks obviously much better, yet each piece has a different job here. It creates a nice sterile medical environment, whereas on the other parts of the MOC it's snow, yet it's the same pieces. So that just shows how versatile the Lego that we all know and love is. Great stuff. And this is the inside of the front wall, so all cupboards with medical stuff inside. And I just finished it off with the smooth tiles again to give it that fresh, clean look. But if we turn around to the front, trying to do this without knocking over too many figures. So we have windows so that people can look in, and sorry, you've got that shadow there. There we go, that's better. And do rock work so that, as I mentioned, I will build this into the side of the mountain. So there will be rocks here and probably here, and this helps give the effect that it's built into an overall mountain, and that then frees me up to start thinking about the main flooring of the base, which I'm very excited to be moving on to next. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed this tour of my new MOC. As I mentioned, I'm really pleased with it. I think it's a great addition to my Hoth base. I'll leave you with some still pictures, so I hope you enjoy those, and really hope you enjoyed watching this video. And as I said at the start, thank you so much for being a subscriber if you are subscribed to the channel already. If not, please consider doing so. Appreciate all of the support that you give, and do let me know what you think of this MOC in the comments. I look forward to your feedback, and I promise to respond to every comment. Thanks very much, guys. See you soon.